Right guys, what is going on? BusterBarnes here, bringing you another Fantasy Premier League video. Like last time, reviewing Game Week 13 and previewing that of Game Week 14. The fixture list is congested, so it doesn't give me the time to do the two separate videos, so we'll be hitting you guys with maybe a lot of combining videos when looking back at the previous Game Week and looking ahead to the one that's only in a few days. But if you guys do enjoy these videos, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below how you did in Game Week 13 and what you're planning on doing in Game Week 14. We'd love to know if anyone still has a wild card available, are using any sort of chips. That would be really interesting to know. And as always, do subscribe for more Fantasy Premier League content. But with that said, let's get into how my team did in Game Week 13 and see if we could bounce back from what's been a little bit of a rough period of form for us. Okay, so as you can see, guys, we got 50 points, which is 8 points above the average, and was actually enough to get us a green arrow. We moved up by about 37,000 points. We're now ranked, 260,912 in the league. So we haven't bounced up as much as we've dropped down. But, green arrow is still good. Nevertheless, still above what my rank was last season. Hopefully it can stay that way. But yeah, some good performances from the team. Martinez doing quite well, getting the 8 points from him. I believe last week actually as well he got 11 points. He did, so he's done very well for us the last 2 game weeks. Very highly owned, I do know though. Robertson getting an assist, which is a nice little return considering Liverpool did concede to Spurs. Son was the one that got the goal there. He's very highly owned though, so doesn't affect too much. Lamptey getting an assist. Or not an assist, sorry, a clean sheet was nice. Chilwell getting an assist in a pretty abysmal Chelsea performance. You guys can check out the review for that on my channel if you so wish. Captaincy choice was wrong. The midfield was probably what let me down the most. Grealish not really getting a return. Pulisic either. He did start though, and he did look bright, so I'm not too worried about him still being in my team for the moment. Fernandes, wrong captaincy choice. Would have been better off captaining, a Calvert-Lewin or a Son, but Son, it just seems a little bit too 50-50, and I mean, I'm still, would have gone for Fernandes anyway, so can't really hate too much on that. Brewster coming on for 1 point, came for 2, so it wasn't really a high scoring week in terms of all of my players getting returns, but yeah, like I said, it was still a green arrow, so can't really complain. But if we do go ahead and actually look at how the fixtures did pay off, we can see that Chelsea did lose to Wolves. Neto and Podence both getting a goal. Could this be what Wolves need to sort of bounce back in form, get a few more attacking returns, but even with Jimenez out, maybe. Yeah, just wasn't the best Chelsea performance. I do think their assets are still valuable though. I think Reece James, Chilwell are still players that you want to have. Chilwell obviously getting the assist. I think as well, Pulisic could be decent for the next few weeks with Hudson-Odoi and Ziyech coming back from injury. So, yeah, but some players like Havertz, Werner are ones that you want to stay away from as, yeah, they're not having that great a season. Manchester City won, West Brom won, a pretty surprising result. I don't think anyone really expected this. Just a really great performance from Johnston. Wouldn't, get anywhere near West Brom players, especially now that they've sacked Slavan Vilic. And got Sam Allardyce in, so who knows what that's going to mean. Probably some players moving out the team and some players will shine in that system. Going to be very interesting. A bit harsh to sack your manager when he gets a draw away at the Etihad, but I mean, you've got to give them credit for sticking to their guns. Arsenal won, Southampton won. Arsenal finally getting a goal from open play. Could this be the start of maybe some form for them? I'm not too convinced. Southampton still have some nice assets, Ings or Che Adams would still be ones that, I'd look at. Maybe Che Adams is more of the stick-out one from Southampton, but it's all down to preference. Leeds 5, Newcastle 2, Bamford getting a goal, and yeah, Leeds' assets just look pretty good at the moment. They have a game against United though, which could be tough, but I'd say if you have a Leeds player like a cheap defender or Bamford or someone, you would still want to keep them with the form they're showing. Everton beating Leicester 2-0, maybe showing that they're maybe a bit better and on track to maybe finish a bit higher than Everton this season. Yeah, just the regular stuff. Calvert-Lewin got an assist, would really just keep hold of the same players. Leicester players are a bit weird because Leicester seem to win games, but not by much, and they also, I wouldn't say they play their best team or the nicest, team, but, I guess if you've got a Leicester player, you might want to keep him. I think they have, who's they have? They have Spurs away, which could be tough, but we know how Vardy likes to do against some of the big teams. Fulham 0, Brighton 0. Again, if you had Lamptey, that's pretty good. Besides that, nothing really to say. Maybe Fulham looking a bit of a better team, that maybe in a few weeks we can maybe even look at a player from them. Liverpool 2, Spurs 1. Maybe a game that could have gone either way. Son scored, Salah scored, just sort of things that you would expect. West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 1. A player that stood out for me in this game was actually Kufau, and someone that I could look at, especially going into the double game week, which was actually announced. I will get on to showing that in a bit. Villa 0, Burnley 0, good for Martinez, can't really say much more. Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 3. Interesting that Sheffield United almost got something from this game, but yeah, no returns for Fernandes. I don't think this really screams much about players to bring in, to be honest, but that was how my team did, guys. Let me know how yours did in the comment section down below. Alright, so getting onto my team for game week 14, and not really many differences, to be honest, basically none. The only thing that I did was take out Johnston for Button, only to free up a little bit of cash, to be honest, as there was nothing else I could think of doing now. Maybe you'd say that it'd be best to, save your transfer for the week after, but I just wanted to get the money before any prices changed. So yeah, Button came in for Johnston, just a random keeper. I went for a keeper that was on the bench for their team, and that is what did happen. Still got Robertson, Lamptey and Chilwell. Lamptey just getting a yellow. He's got a bit of a knock, so hopefully he's able to start against Sheffield United at home. You'd think that hopefully that would be a clean sheet, although McGoldrick seems to be on a bit of form. One thing that I actually forgot to mention on my own points is that I brought in Mahrez last week, and he didn't even play a single minute. After I made that transfer, I did sort of just think to myself, what have I done? You've made a mistake. And it turned out that, yeah, my worries were to be correct. However, I've got him now. I'm not going to get rid of him for this game against Southampton, as that just doesn't seem right, as you'd assume that hopefully he'd be playing this fixture. Pulisic, I still think will play against West Ham. Ziyech and Hudson-Odoi, I doubt either of them will start, and he looks really like our bright spark in our attack in that game against Wolves. Son against Leicester with Kane as well. Kane against a club that he was actually loaned to previously. Could get a return there. Calvert-Lewin against Arsenal. Arsenal maybe looking a bit better. They don't have Gabriel though, so maybe you could expect some goals from Everton. But the one thing that I am still debating over is who to captain. There's 3 players that stand out to me, and that is Fernandes, that is Son, and that is Pulisic. I don't really know why Son sticks out to me more than Kane, but I've just got a bit of a feeling. It seems everything Son touches turns to goals. So those are the 3 players that I'm really thinking of. Fernandes is maybe the safest shout. He's got Leeds at home, but part of me is thinking that, with Leeds at home, Leeds or United, it's sort of a big rivalry. Will the Leeds players be proper switched on? Will they try and make it hard for United? Maybe, but you can maybe argue that there'll be no fans in the stadium either, so maybe it would just be like another game. Son against Leicester at home. Leicester are a good team, but I still think they're a team that can be, got at, and don't necessarily have their best players available. Pulisic against West Ham is a very differential shout, and again, it's like one of those 50-50 ones, because Chelsea actually didn't beat West Ham at all last season, losing both games. So West Ham could make it hard. They could set up to be defensive against this Chelsea team. So yeah, but I just think it's an interesting rogue shout, and it kind of appeals to me. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to roll metaphorical dice on my phone, where I'm going to generate a number between 1 and 6. And basically what it's going to be is Fernandes is going to be numbers 1 and 4, Son is going to be number 2 and 5, and Pulisic is going to be number 3 and 6. And whichever one that does land on is going to be the player that I do captain. So a bit interesting. I've never really done this before, but I honestly can't decide between which one I want to go for. Whichever one it is will probably be wrong anyway. So I thought, why not just have a bit of fun and just, go by a randomisation. So if I actually do start this, you can see my phone is flicking through the numbers right there. And if I do click stop in a second, which will be here, and it's on number 5, which I believe is Heung-min Son. I said 2 and 5 were the numbers for him, and that means that he is going to be my captain for the game. Vice captain may as well sort that out as well. If I go for numbers just between 1 and 2, I guess 1 can be Fernandes, as he's already the vice captain. 2 can be Pulisic. And if I just get my phone up again so you guys can see and press stop, it's going to be 2. So my vice captain is going to be Pulisic. So that is very interesting. I think Son will play the game anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you know, it's something interesting. We'll see if this works. Maybe if this does work, I'll do this a bit more often. But yeah, it's weird because now that I've done this, I'm thinking, Leicester at home, that's a bit of a weird one to choose over Leeds at home. But it doesn't matter, guys. I've done it now, and that is going to be my team going into game week 14. Not going to make any changes unless obviously someone gets completely ruled out. But one thing I do want to mention, guys, is going forward. If we look forward, game week 18 is a blank game week. Only 5 teams, or not 5 teams, 5 matches, so 10 teams playing. And then the next week after that, we have a double game week where the other set of teams are playing. And that's basically because of the winter break, guys, I believe, just trying to get some time off for players and for teams. So that is basically the reason why that is happening. So yeah, very interesting. If we look at my team now, it's actually not set up too badly for this week. My thoughts at the moment are to maybe try and get a team ready for this week and into either free hit or wildcard, depending on how my team looks for the week after for game week 20. The good thing about wildcarding would be that I could use a boost, so I could use my bench boost or use my triple captain still, whereas obviously free hitting could be better depending on the fixtures after that week. So we'll see, and also saving my wildcard would be quite good, so I guess we'll see what happens. But I believe I have about 7 players already that will be playing in this game week, so that's actually not too bad, despite obviously some of them playing against each other. So I'm going to have to think maybe going forward how to get the other 4 players out of my team, who I believe are Fernandes, Robertson, Chilwell and Pulisic. So that is interesting, and I'm going to have to... Obviously, I can make 2 transfers just before that week commences, but I have to find the time to get 2 other guys out, if that is in fact what I'm going to do. But we will see. If I do just go back to this game week, as you guys know, I do like to focus on 3 fixtures to tell you guys to focus on when bringing in or getting rid of players. The first fixture I am going to focus on is going to be Manchester United against Leeds. Whilst I said it's a derby and could be hard, I do think we'll see goals in this game as there's no crowd. I think if you have attackers from any team, they could have a pretty good day going out. Spurs against Leicester as well. Leicester are good, but they're a bit stop and start. Spurs are still on form. Son's still scoring goals despite the loss to Liverpool. You'd like to hope that game wouldn't have knocked them that badly. And the other game I'm going to focus on is actually on the same day, and it's going to be Brighton versus Sheffield United. Sheffield United, despite putting them a good fight, haven't looked that great. I think a Brighton defender like Lamptey would be someone great to bring in, or even like an attacker if you want a punt as well. So those are my 3 fixtures for you guys to look at for this game week, and one more look at my team. Do let me know what you guys are planning on doing for game week 14 and how you did on game week 13. Hopefully we can get another green arrow and try and get back to that position that we were a few weeks ago. But do leave a like if you enjoy, guys, and subscribe for more Fantasy Premier League content. My recap of this week will be out after the week does take place. It'll probably be another recap and preview for game week 15, so do look forward to that, and I do hope you have a nice day and weekend. I'll see you next time.